But let's talk about commodities.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about one thing. Commodities are back in vogue. There's no question about it. Back in vogue. They've been back in vogue since the middle of February when crude made lows at 26.05. And, you know, for those of us who trade commodities, who trade the futures, the ETFs, the commodity-related stocks, it's one thing. But to have commodity exposure in your portfolio, there's a great product that EverBank offers for exposure to these markets right now.
Oh, great point, man. Hey, if we go over, if you go over to TFNN, folks, what you're going to see, thanks, Andy, if you go over to TFNN, because so check this out. What happens, folks, is this. Let's say that you're in the CD market, okay? Now, this is pretty cool. EverBank has a 5-year MarketSafe commodity CD. So the way it works is this. Well, first off, let me tell you what you're giving up. What you'd be giving up is that whatever interest rate you could get on a 5-year CD, and I don't know what that is. Maybe it's 1%, maybe it's 1.5%, okay? That's what you'd be giving up. But guess what you're getting, folks? What you're getting is that inside this MarketSafe commodity CD, you have crude oil. Each one of these is 7.5% of the CD. You have crude oil, you have gold, silver, soybeans, corn, sugar, copper, and nickel. And what happens is this, is that it takes $1,500 to open it. It's an FDIC insured product. It's IRA eligible. And here's the kicker. You can't lose your principal, okay? But what you can get up to 70% of the upside potential. So if you're a commodity bull, let's picture your commodity bull. Every year, this resets itself. So each year, you can get up to 70%. But then, just so you can check this out, make it very clear to everyone, out of the whole, even 5 years, you can't make more than 70%, folks, okay? And, you know, that would be insane if you got that. My point, more than anything, is that it is a very cool way, if you're a bull in commodities or you just want to take a shot and say, okay, instead of making 1.5% for 5 years, I'm going to have a shot to make some real money. You know, it's a great product, isn't it?
It's a great product. I look at it as a real good diversification tool. And, you know, when we're talking about our nest eggs, diversification is always the way to go.
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. And listen, if you're giving up 2%, over 5 years. I mean, what is that? That's like maybe if it earns 2%.
Well, if it's $10,000, you give it up $1,000.
Right,
that's
1,000. Right. And let's say, you know, that's over the period that interest compounds, but still, it's like a 6 or 7 to 1 risk reward.
Right.
Reward risk. So the odds are in your favor in terms of the CD. And for those of us who don't necessarily trade, or for those who do trade commodities, it's a great thing to put in your portfolio so you have that exposure, because if inflation starts going wild, this is kind of a protective type instrument.
It is. And folks, let me give it, so you can just come to our website at TFNN, or you can give them a call at 855-750-4051. So it's 855-750-4051.